Good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Very good,
Morning, sir.
very good morning. We left it yesterday like there. We cleaned up and we're about to start coloring. So coloring there can be like multiple ways of coloring. There is a manual technique, there is an automatic technique, there are multiple techniques are there. So definitely use that. I'll be like explaining all those techniques and create it properly. Like this. Let's wait for like a couple of minutes. Let others join. Then we'll start up with this. Okay. So she's joining. Okay. Yes, I'll share the class recording. I'll upload everything today and including the file. So then we can just simply work on it. Okay. Mm, then perfect already. So let's start off with the class. So yesterday, we kind of like adjusted the color, tones, and contrast of the image, blurred out everything, and cleaned everything. And we took this reference. smart object. I guess I haven't explained you what is smart object is basically. Smart objects are basically, you can see all these layers and this particular layer is there's a difference. You see there's a small box icon here. It means it's a smart object and it retains all the details like no matter what you do with the image, you increase the size, decrease the size, but it will always retain the actual image in a separate file. If you double click on this, it will open as a separate file entirely. So this is basically a source image and it's calling from that image, that particular source image to here. I can increase the size without losing detail, and I can decrease the size without like again losing the details. So smart objects is a very good way to import images and use it. If you want to scale anything, scale up or scale down, it's a very good technique to use a smart object instead of a raster image. Like all these are raster images. If you scale them up, they will go blur. They will become blur and full pixelated. But if I use this thing, it won't be blur and pixelated. I can show this thing with the example. Let's see. Double click, open it. Duplicate, right click. So now you can see I have two set of images. Both are, you can see, normal background locked images. If I right click on this, uh, and there's an option called convert to smart object. It basically what we will do is it will lock the image and size, pixels, and everything. And then if I reuse, let's duplicate this also. Let's say that I can have two versions of this. Yeah. One is raster, one is smart object. Now let's import both the image in one file, smart object and your raster image. One file. You can see exactly the same thing, no difference whatsoever. And this one is raster, this one is smart object. Now, actual difference, now you'll see, I'll duplicate the raster image and hide my, and hide this one. Hide this one and let's fill background with some black or something so that you'll clearly see what is happening here. Control T, sorry, Control T, transformation, and let's resize the image and hit enter. You can see it's almost blurred, pixelated. And let's open my smart object, Control T. Let's keep it next to it, exact same size. Zoom in. Only thing you can see, I reduce the size. This is also blurred. This is also blurred. And but you can see this is bit there's a little bit of extra contrast, extra depth. That's the only difference. But the main thing happens when you scale it up again. Now, if I want to scale it up again, you can see this entire image become really blurry. Whereas if I try to increase the size of this, it will retain all the details. See? So whenever you have something, like suppose you have a pattern or some design or some shape, you want to repeat in multiple sizes. So in that case, we use smart object and create one part, convert it to smart object, then duplicate and scale. So by that, it becomes very easy for us to control the quality and pixelation. Otherwise, so what will happen with raster image? If you increase the size, it will go blur. If you reduce the size, it will go blur. But every time with change of scale, it will go slightly blur. So it will be end of it, like after 10 duplicates, it will become really blur and you won't be able to identify what is it. So that's in that case we use smart object. That's like one function of it. So I just set this thing, reduce it. Let's keep it somewhere here. Okay. So this is my this is my reference image, and I need to color this photo. So this image I'm using only and only for skin color, not for everything. This is only for skin detail, skin color and tonal variation. So what I'll do, I'll pick a empty layer, just switch on my keyboard shortcut. Just switched on my keyboard shortcut, and now I have an empty layer. Then I'll create a color palette. I'll create a color palette and pick all the colors from this particular portrait and keep it in a separate layer and switch off this thing. So B is for B for shortcut, like brush, shortcut for brush, or you can select this option, brush tool, press B. If you right click, you can switch between types of brushes. So right now, let's keep it default only. There's no issue with that. So first thing, what I need the like most like lightest color, like highlight of the skin. Press Alt. Whenever you press Alt, like you are in brush tool mode, and if you press Alt, it will if you see the cursor change into a dropper, eyedropper, right? So you can just simply click wherever you click, it will pick the color of that particular pixel. You can see this is like you can see here. I click anywhere, it picks color. This I cursor this selection changes. Okay. Usually nose tip is the lightest tone. So and just paint the one box or maybe one circle, anything randomly, that's fine. This is my lightest tone. Then I need to have a mid tone. So mid tone is next to this, somewhere here. One more color. Then I can extend it slightly more, like slightly darker, like primary, secondary, tertiary color. And then the darkest tone where what like shadow color, you can pick it from here or maybe from here. So you can see it's almost black, but it's not black, it's dark brown. So we got this color palette or entire range. Switch off this now. So now top of this curve, this is just for reference. This is just for reference, so I'm not going to use any of this image. I'm going to pick colors from this color palette. So under over curve, I select curve and I'll go back to adjustment layer. Click here, and there is the second last option is gradient map. So gradient, we all know gradient is the color gradation from one color to two colors, like one color to another. It can have multiple color tones also. I'll show what is gradient. I'll show that really easily. Let's create an empty layer and let's go to color. This is fill paint bucket, and first option is a gradient tool. If you click this, it creates a gradient. If you click on this color, and you can see there are a lot of like presets are already available. Pastel, natural, there's so many presets are there. If I want to modify things, like I can just click here. Downside, it's for color. Upside is for transparency. Click it, change it to yellow, green, or whatever I want. Click this and then some color. So I can change the entire gradient and apply it once again. It's basically a gradient, a color gradient. So we are not using color. We are definitely using color gradient with a map. It basically, in color gradient map, basically what it does is reads the underneath image, all the black and white value and tone, and based on that, like based on that, it applies all the color all over it. So I'll show you what it does. So let's see. Start with a color, this gradient map. So by default, okay, one more thing. You can see right now this white box. There are you can see two sections. One is gradient, one is mask. This white box is basically mask. And mask, I'll explain mask. Mask is like really powerful tool which we can use and create amazing detail we will use today this thing in few minutes. So make sure whenever you applying gradient map and going to modify it, make sure select the layer. This is your layer and this is your mask. Left side one is your layer, layer property, layer adjustment, and right side is your mask. And mask is always be black and white. You cannot add any color to mask. So that's why we have to select this. Then we have this gradient, and you can always switch off and switch on. Check, you can see there is a black to white gradient, and my image also getting that black to white tint and become a little darker. So, but I want to apply this color here. So click on this gradient. It will open gradient adjustment, gradient editor. So now you can see we have, this is my black, this is my white. These two are basically color. I can click multiple times, like 1,000 times, and create multiple colors here. And these two are basically transparency. So I can change this opacity. Oh my God. So I can select, I can make it really transparent. I can make it transparent or can keep it opaque. So for color, for adding color, we'll be using opaque map. So we won't touch this section. So now color. So black is the darkest tone. Click on this color, and the moment you click on this color, you get this color picker, this window. But if you hover over your image, you can see this picker change to eye drop again. So darkest, this black is basically darkest color. Pick your darkest tone because instantly your image gets that colored tone. Okay, lightest color, and pick this pinkish tint, flesh tint. Now we have in between two more colors. So this is my 50%. I can click somewhere here. It's 70. It says location is 74. That means 74, 75 is perfect. I can change the location from here and pick this color. Then here I need to have 25. Click here, one more node, and pick this tone. Now I have all four colors in this layer. And this is only and only, you see, the entire thing looks like monochrome once again, and it looks like, okay, what is the difference like when you started, apart from those artifacts? Rest everything looks same. So what is it? Why are we doing it? This is only and only for skin. The moment I mask it out, remove all the colors from hair, cloth, and background, you will see the difference. And I can see I need to brighten my highlight slightly. So I'll scroll it down. You can see scroll it slightly. Make this highlight slightly brighter. Adjust this now manually. Slightly get those like in between tones. Adjust this. Okay. Now this entire thing looks monochrome. So if you switch off this folder, what is the difference? Like this was like less saturated. Okay, you missed it. Like why you missed it? Like you were there like since beginning. So why you missed it? Adjustment layer and like pay attention. Obviously, I'll be uploading video, but pay attention as well because there will be a lot of things I'll be explaining in between. So you can see right corner adjustment layer gradient map. Like this, you apply this map and then click on this and change all the colors. One by one. Dark tone, light tone, and in between I want to modify something, I can definitely do that like this. So like this, I add gradient map and add all the colors. And before that, I make sure have this color palette. So when I create this, like when I create, because why you created that color palette? so my color tone, skin tone remains natural. Because like of course we can do it manually also by picking up from the picker and all, but it's like a lot of trial and error thing. You have to check it's working or not, then you again modify. It's best have a reference, pick the color and apply it. That's it. So you'll get you'll get natural tones very easily. Okay. Now we have the color gradient. Let's switch on the palette. Now this time I'll select the color mask. Instead of selecting the gradient, I'll select color mask. This white box. You can see this white box, and you can see this bounding box. There's a selection. You can see it very clearly. Select this and make sure you color. This is your color, like the currently selected color. So this is your black and white. Suppose this is like some other color. Suppose it's red in color or some other color. Any color. Like if you can see, its gradient is selected, so it's showing gray. If I go and select this color gradient and change it to some color, okay, you can see instantly it's in color. So mask supports only and only grayscale color, and layers support any color you can imagine. So select your gradient and make sure it's full black, 100% black. Then press Alt Delete from keyboard. So Alt Delete is the fill shortcut for filling the color. Whichever color you have selected here, it will fill that color in that gradient. Black means 100% transparent. White means 100% opaque. Whatever you paint here, it is only if you paint anything white, that will be 100% exposed from this layer. It's kind of a controller for this layer. Suppose I want to expose this color only for the skin. So I will paint over it and create a selection or mask to expose the skin only. Rest of the part will be visible. So let's show this like quickly. So I want for exposing white, I just switch between this, or you can press X from keyboard for switch the color white. Okay. Oh, okay, gradient is selected. So let's go and select brush and paint brush. I have selected. So white 100% and make sure opacity, flow, everything is 100%. You can see if I paint wherever I'll paint white, that tone will be exposed there. This color from this gradient will be visible. If I want to create a like 50% opacity, I can select a gray and see instantly there is a tone change. It's 50% gray, so it's exposing this gradient layer by 50%, or maybe white full, maybe black very less, slightly. Like this, I can modify the entire color. So let's go X and full black, and for painting, I will use a soft brush. You can see soft round brush. Sorry, I won't use a hard brush. I will use a soft brush so that I can blend the edges very easily. I pick brush and it makes sure it's 100% white here. It's not, and pick this color from here, 100% white. Reduce the brush size with the help of bracket next to P. Next to P, if you press the bracket, it will increase, and bracket start, bracket close. With bracket close, you can increase the size. Bracket start, you can reduce the size of the brush, or you can select here and increase the brush size, decrease the brush size like this also. Just one more. With Alt and right mouse button also, you can increase, decrease. Like horizontal drag will increase the brush size. Vertical will harden the brush, soften the brush. Harden, soften. Keep it soft. Big brush, Alt, drag horizontally. It will increase, decrease the size. This is also you can use. This is quite a shortcut, and this is something that's really handy when you are professionally working and you have in a time crunch and all, and you want to do it really quickly, you can use this technique. So I will paint white only. Only for the skin area. And I feel this color is like way too saturated that I can definitely control. Use the brush style and very precisely and cautiously paint those areas nicely. So now you can see skin looks quite natural color tint, but it looks bit saturated. So that is something I can definitely control with this. Select this color and under saturation 63%, I can make it to 50%. Then this color, select this, click, it's 50%, it's like it's reduced to 45%. So it will give you bit more natural and nice tone. Otherwise, it was like very like way too much saturation. So you can control this thing. Then you like now you can see this is gradient, this is mask. And suppose you want to check your mask, is it correct or not? Is there any like empty area or something? You want to check that mask. What you have to do is press Alt from keyboard and click or left click on the mask. It will expose the mask. Now you can see there are few inconsistency issues with the mask. I'll fill those areas. So clean it up. Then click on the layer once again. So I have fixed that area. So I have this color. So similarly, I can apply a color on this top, this jewelry, this necklace, eyes, lips, teeth, for everything I can do that. Now, usually like face skin people, they have brownish hair. So this hair looks quite dark. So what I'll do, I'll reduce the opacity of my brush, click on opacity and scroll back, like drag back, left mouse button, 30, 40%, or maybe 50%, like 50% with 50% opacity. 50% opacity means gray. Now it's not 100% white, it's more of a gray color and paint over those hairs slightly. I'll get those nice brownish tint all over it. And later, if I want, I can reduce it as well. I can modify it as well. Definitely, I'll do that. And then, like suppose I want to color this top. So for this, I'll use the gradient map one more time. Gradient map, and you can see it looks reversed, and it's right click selected this mark. So I want to go back to my basic layer, and here I can see it looks negative, right? Black become white, white become black. So what you can do, click on reverse, reverse, fix it. And this is for the top. So let's make it like a bit more reddish and click here and take the same red color and make it bit lighter or maybe slightly lighter. So here you can see what happened because I reversed it. So now it's again showing reverse effect. So think of this, you got this color and so to clamp it, you can do definitely do that. In between, if you want to add any tone, you can definitely do that. Select this, go back to your mask, Alt, Delete, sorry, D. Press D from keyboard. It will reset your color swatch to black and white. Press D, instantly you can see it's black and white. If you press Alt Delete, it will always fill the foreground color, this white color. If you press Control Delete, it will fill black. Alt Delete for the foreground, Control Delete for the background color. So full black. Now select this brush if you want to make sure opacity 100% and start painting over the top. Pay good attention and make sure all the borders, lines are really nicely covered. Just quickly fill it as we are running out of time. Paint it really nicely. Cover all those gray areas. So you can fill this color and suppose you don't like this color, you can always go back, select this, change it to some pink or some other color. This is like way too like much, slightly violet, or this looks better. I can select this and click here as well to pick the same color and make it slightly lighter. And I feel this is like way too saturated, so I'll select this. 90% saturated, please. 60 is fine. Okay. So I can control this entire thing. If I want to reduce, like lighten it up and darken the color, I can do all sort of things very easily. So like this, I can add color. So you can see like I have this decent color here, and now you can see the difference. Like it changes the entire thing, all color, everything. Teeth are really white, eyes are white, nice skin tone, and this top. The top doesn't have enough contrast. We'll modify that as well. For eye color, let's do something instead of doing this gradient. Let's use some other technique. So I'll use a empty layer. Empty layer, zoom in, and suppose eyes are slightly more towards green, suppose, and just paint over it. You can see this becomes solid green. It doesn't look very nice, looks very unrealistic. But what we have to do now, we have to change the blending mode of the layer. Every layer have by default all the layers are normal mode. They are not having any kind of blending. So for blend them together, especially for a grayscale image, if you use this blending mode to multiply, it instantly picks up the background image and add the color. You can use overlay, you can use soft lighting. There's so many options. You can like change, scroll and change between them. The overlay looks quite nice. I can take the overlay and you can see instantly I got this green eye tint. And suppose for lips I want like kind of dark red. This layer is selected. I'm on this layer, directly on this layer, I'm painting. Because it's already in overlay mode. I painted lipstick, but it's way too saturated and way too gaudy. Like I really can't look at this thing. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my actual skin tone, and this time I paint X, make sure it's black, and remove the skin tone from under this, so it becomes bit natural because it's right now it's combination of these two colors, red and the skin tone. So remove that. Now lips are better. Go to this and let's paint something bit more kind of gold. I can paint gold, I can darken it, I can lighten it, and from all these color tones, everything is coming from this particular layer. Save your file. If you take that image, just give me a second. So there's like only 1 minute, 1 minute left. And I'll upload all the videos plus class with Docker file so that you can always check this file and let's say this class. Oh, sorry, I mistake. Okay, now we have Brajesh first, Brajesh security, then we have Pranav, Pranav Kaul. Pranav, I guess previously you were not did attend any class.
No, sir. This is my first class, sir.
First class, yes, that's why. Like, okay. Let me
Sir,
check.
could you please forward me the links for the classes that I have
Yes,
missed?
yes, I'll upload everything today. I haven't uploaded